On the news at 7, Ondo Amotekun parades fake security operatives, suspected kidnappers in Akure. Senate reassures Nigerians of inclusive constitutional review. Government shut down baby factory disguised as hospital in Anambra. And from the foreign scene, Palestinian heritage under threat as Gaza manuscript face uncertain future amid war. Good evening and welcome to News at 7 Osrc TV. Kunle Ariyo is my name. The Deputy Senate President and Chairman of the Senate Committee on the 1999 Constitutional Review, Senator Baru Jibril, has assured Nigerians that the ongoing constitutional review process is open, transparent and guided by the people's input, not by any predetermined agenda. Rabao, who spoke at the Northwest Zone public hearing held in Kano, emphasized that the Senate's role is to facilitate national consensus through public participation. He noted that the committee has already received hundreds of memoranda on key national issues, including electoral and judicial reforms, local government autonomy, security, gender inclusion, and the role of traditional institutions, areas that have lacked broad agreement in previous attempts at reform. The senator, who described the public hearing as a critical national exercise, urged citizens to engage constructively and responsibly, highlighting the importance of public consensus in strengthening democracy and promoting good governance. The Federal Ministry of Education has clarified that the minimum age for admission into junior secondary school GSS1 remains 10 years. In a statement, the ministry affirmed that the Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, has consistently reiterated that the prescribed minimum age for admission into Nigerian universities is 16 years and applies uniformly, regardless of how early a student may have completed secondary education. According to the statement, the clarification became necessary due to a report by a print media claiming that the federal government had set a new minimum age of 12 years for admission into junior secondary school 1 GSS1. The ministry states that the report is inaccurate, did not emanate from any official source, and does not reflect government policy. It urges the public educational institutions and media organizations to always seek clarification from official channels before acting on or publishing information. The ministry reiterated government's commitment to ensuring transparency and developmental appropriateness in the implementation of the all educational policies in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. In the meantime, students of Adekunle Ajasin University Akumba Akoko AAUA today took to the street in a peaceful protest against what they described as the serial killings of their colleagues, many of whom are allegedly being deliberately targeted by unknown persons. The protest comes in response to several disturbing incidents, including the abduction and murder of two undergraduates, Oka Eloho and John Abba, and a recent tragedy where a female student, Joy Adeyemi, was reportedly murdered by her boyfriend, an indigene of Akumba Akoko. The students are demanding urgent intervention, justice for the deceased, and a guarantee of their safety within the community. Meanwhile, National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has condemned the killings, calling for a transparent investigation and swift justice for the victims. In a press statement issued by the Student Union, they expressed shock and heart.
Of our students at Adekunle Ajasin University, we are calling the Nigerian police force.
Suspects are believed to be indigents of the host community. As tension mounts, AAUA students are calling on government authorities security agencies and the school management to take immediate and concrete steps to ensure their protection and bring all culprits to justice.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
The student union leaders are here to express our grievances towards the incessant killing, raping, kidnapping of our students at Osrc University. We are calling the Nigerian police force, Akungba community stakeholders, the university management, and every concerned stakeholders.
Also, Ondo State Amotekun Corps has paraded a group of suspected kidnappers who carry out their operations dressed in military and police uniforms. The suspects, alongside other arrested for related crimes including burglary, phone theft, and courtesan, were apprehended in various parts of the state, where Southeast Zimo Ebiemi files the report and it is presented from our studio.
In a development that has raised fresh concerns about security impersonation, operatives of the Ondo State Amotekun Corps have busted a kidnap syndicate whose members disguise as soldiers and police officers to deceive their victims. The Amotekun commander Adetunji Adeleye, while parading the suspects in Akure, said the fake security operatives intercepted their targets, who are charcoal traders, on their way from Ekiti into Ondo State, and attempted to abduct them under the guise of law enforcement. In addition to the kidnapped suspects, Amotekun also arrested a notorious cultist in Okitipupa and rearrested a Fulani suspect who had earlier jumped bail. Also paraded was a serial phone thief who specialized in stealing mobile phones, laptops, and electronics from unsuspecting residents in Akure metropolis. Items worth over 300 million were recovered.
The goods were sent by the agent. They were imported by a dealer of electronic cell phones in Ondo State, and they were sent through Ojota Park in Lagos. One of the main suspects boarded the same vehicle and sat at the back where the goods were parked. So he sat there with an empty carton and was offloading the content of the main carton into his own carton in the same bus while the bus was in transit. So when they parked to buy fuel, they discovered this anomaly and a lot of argument ensued. They had to return back to Lagos. A lot of things happened that I don't want to go into. And at the end of the day, they contacted Ondo Amotekun and we were able to get to the route and we brought in all the goods and the suspect to Ondo State.
The Amotekun commander used the opportunity to thank Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa for providing the operational support that continues to make the success possible.
With the gift of vehicles, you now find out that Amotekun are in virtually all the dark spots where we suspect there could be criminal activities. The implication of this is better security architecture for Ondo State. So I want to reassure residents, commuters, business entities in Ondo State and farmers that they should go about their normal duties but report suspected movements to Amotekun.
He also reiterated the state government's position that no ransom will be paid to kidnappers.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi SAN, has called on the Supreme Court to mandate the Osun State government to return 7 months' worth of local government allocations to the Minister of Finance. The request was included in a reply submitted by Fagbemi's lawyer, Chief Akin Olujimi SAN, in response to a lawsuit initiated by the government through its Attorney General. Osun has filed a lawsuit against the Attorney General of the Federation as the only defendant, claiming that the federal government did not disburse the statutory allocation owned to its 30 local government councils for March 2025. In the legal suit, the state government asserted that upon questioning the Ministry of Finance regarding the pending allocation, the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, reportedly responded that he was following instructions from the Attorney General of the Federation. The Attorney General refuted the allegation and questioned the validity of the lawsuit. He accused the state government of showing contempt by reportedly not complying with a Supreme Court ruling from July 11, 2024. We'll now take a break now. When we come back, we'll give you more stories. Please, do stay with us.
The best thing we are doing now is putting Osrc on the front burner of our needs.
We have a successful inclusiveness and the loan that is necessary for our people to get educated and invest in their own life. We will build a fair society.
We will launch a bold new initiative to empower 400,000 young Nigerians, including youth corpers, with consumer credit.
The dream is realizable. The way we are going, we have a road that we have outlived all of us. That is how to build the future.
Powered by Grassroots Movement for Tinubu GMT, Ondo State Chapter. GMT, in God we trust.
The Nigeria Broadcasting Awards TMBA is back for its second edition. Are you the voice behind the mic, the face on the screen, or the producer of that story that moved the nation? Broadcasters from Bond member stations can now submit their best work. Entries open from July 1st to July 31st, 2025. There are 12 award categories, each for radio and television, from Best Station of the Year to Best News, Drama, Sports, Documentary, and Talk Shows, whether in English or rendered in indigenous languages. Eligible entries are for works aired between January 1st and December 31st, 2024. Do you have what it takes to be named Presenter of the Year, Reporter of the Year, Newscaster of the Year, or Channel of the Year? Then visit www.tmbaawards.ng on how to submit your entries. The Nigeria Broadcasting Awards, celebrating excellence.
You're welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. No fewer than 108 offenders were arrested today in Akure, the Ondo State capital, for various offences during the environmental sanitation exercise. Osrc's crew, who monitored the cleanup in and around Akure, discovered that residents complied with restriction order by government. The report is presented from our studios. It is the July edition of the monthly environmental sanitation across Ondo State. While some residents took time to clear drainages and bushes around their surroundings, others participated actively by sweeping their premises and disposing of waste properly. Law enforcement agents supported environmental health officers to ensure strict compliance with the restriction of human and vehicular movement during the 3-hour exercise. The Commissioner of Environment, Dr. Tobloko, in his first outing since assuming office, led a monitoring team across major locations including Nepa area, Arakalen, Obade Shida Road, Cathedral Junction, and Ondo Road.
After today, we'll sit back and assess what we have done to see those areas that we need to work on the more. But for the areas that we have covered today, I'm impressed, and I think we are on track.
It was accompanied by the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Shegun Omoyofumi, and top officials of Ondo State Waste Management Authority, who used the opportunity to sensitize residents on proper waste containerization and disposal practices.
Make your environment clean. Now, when the government wants be that, we don't want to see anything dirty around you. If you they keep your environment clean, you don't go fall sick. Not be so.
In any developmental program of the country or a nation, youth, they have a clear road to play. That was why I have to join my friend, the Commissioner for Environment, to come and talk to the youth. We are begging you. Like what we said, today is not the time for us to make arrests. Our outing is to come and sensitize you, retell you, and continue to tell you that what we need to do. If your environment is clean, it's for your betterment.
Chairman of the Ondo State Waste Management Authority, Mrs. Nika Labi, commended the state government for prioritizing a cleaner and healthier environment.
Environmental, we expect you to be in your homes, we expect you to clean your environment, we expect you to take care of your environment. So at a time like this, we don't expect people to be on the streets. So today, we have arrested some people, and we're hoping that next month, we don't want them to come out at all, so that we don't make arrests next time. So we are speaking with our people, believing that it's not about making arrests that is the main thing, but we want them to comply so that they won't even be arrested at all. Because what we are interested in is that we want them to comply and do the needful, taking care of the environment. I mean, it's for our own good.
Those arrested for violating sanitation laws were later arraigned before a magistrate court in Akure for necessary legal action. Ekiti State Governor Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji has dismissed rumors circulating on social media regarding the health of his wife, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanji, describing them as false and misleading. Speaking during the July edition of Evening of Praise and Worship held at Lady Jibowu Hall in Ado-Ekiti, the governor clarified that the First Lady is in good health and had only been away briefly due to her academic leave from the University of Ibadan, where she serves as senior lecturer. He expressed gratitude to the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Ekiti State Chapter, Reverend Emmanuel Aribisoye, for what he described as an uplifting and personally encouraging sermon. Oyebanji urged citizens to remain steadfast in their faith and continue trusting in God's plan for the state. The governor's message of hope and reassurance was well received by attendees, many of whom expressed renewed confidence in the administration's commitment to the peace, progress, and development of Ekiti State. The Ogun Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps said 2 persons died while 1 other sustained injury in an accident in the Chelsea area of Ota Idiroko Expressway. Mr. Adekunle Ajibade, the Southwest Area Commander of Trace, who confirmed the incident, explained that the accident, which happened in the Chelsea area, inbound at Aton, involved 4 persons. It is close that a commercial motorcycle lost control due to speeding and rammed into a Hawo truck, resulting in the death of 2 passengers while the rider sustained injury. Ajibade said the truck had been towed off the road to ease free flow of traffic in the area. He advised motorcyclists and drivers to always exercise patience and refrain from speeding to prevent avoidable crashes. The Anambra State government has dismantled and shut a notorious baby factory syndicate masquerading at a hospital in Umuya, Oyin local government area of the state. The legal facility operating under the name Mother and Child Hospital and Maternity, located at Umuya, was sealed in a sting operation against human trafficking after months of surveillance and intelligence gathering. During the raid carried out by the state government officials from the Ministry of Health in collaboration with security agencies, key staff and operatives of the facility, including 5 pregnant women and 10 other persons, were arrested after it was found out that the facility was being used for medical malpractices. Addressing journalists after storming the premises, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, said the so-called hospital was found to be operating with a falsified license and was involved in the trafficking and exploitation of young girls aged between 15, 19 and 21, adding that many of the victims were reportedly held against their will and forced into pregnancies with newborns sold into illegal adoption rings. An uncompleted 3-story building has collapsed in Umuahia, Abia State, destroying a nearby bungalow housing a family of 7. A mother, a baby and another individual were reportedly injured in the incident that occurred around Olokoro Road, Federal Low-Cost Housing Estate, Ohobo, Afara, Umuahia, and eyewitness reported that the other 5 members of their family who were in a nearby bungalow hit by the collapsing structure escaped death. He added that the building had shown signs of caving in before its final collapse. Kano State Governor Abba Karbi Yusuf has ordered a full-scale investigation into the alleged involvement of the state's Commissioner for Transport, Ibrahim Namadi, in the controversial bail of a suspected drug baron, Suleiman Danwuwu. The directive followed widespread public outrage after official documents surfaced indicting the commissioner acting as a surety for the release of the suspected drug trafficker. In a statement issued by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bature, the government announced the constitution of a 7-member panel to probe the matter. The panel, chaired by Barrister